Welcome back to Beers Up Sports Talk, episode 11. Cebo in the house, Debo in the house. Happy Cinco de Mayo out there, everybody. Taco Tuesday. Didn't have my tacos. That's
Didn't
okay.
either.
Debo, before we get started, what are we drinking on?
Well, I am drinking a Greater Good out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Pulp Daddy, a juicy, hazy New England IPA.
Delicious.
One of my favorites.
Delicious. And I have two beers. In the spirit of Cinco de Mayo, even though it is not a Mexican beer, this is a Brazilian beer. Sour Me Not Graviola. Don't know what that means. Never had it before. It's a sour ale. I'm going to try it right now, see what happens. Not bad. Not bad.
All right.
On the other end, I got Wachusett Brewery, Sir Walter. I like to call them Senior Wally. They're double IPA. Pretty delicious. I'm drinking two beers tonight, guys. I'm getting prepared for Friday night. More on that later.
Friday is going to get crazy.
Right. All right. We have live sports, Debo. We have live sports.
When did that happen?
Well, if you were paying attention, 1 a.m. in the morning. The KBO, ESPN and KBO struck a deal earlier this week. And as of earlier this morning at 1 a.m., we've got live baseball. What do you think?
Did you see any of the pictures?
No.
They have banners on all the seats of people in masks watching the game.
Okay.
So there's people there. They're not real, but they're there.
I guess I saw one quick highlight of a home run, and I saw nobody in the stands and said, okay, moving on. I mean, listen, live sports is live sports. You mentioned this a couple of episodes ago about whether or not KBO and ESPN could come together and strike a deal, and they have. It's weird that it took this long and that they were negotiating over several weeks. What were they negotiating about? Just throw some live sports on there.
So here's the schedule: ESPN 2, Tuesday through Friday, 5:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and Sunday 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So are you DVRing any of this just to see what it's about?
I probably will. To be honest, I probably will. Just because I need some sports in my life. And there's a time in my life when the kids have watched enough TV and I just want to watch something that's not a cartoon, and I just put on sports. Today, it was some type of mid-'80s basketball game. It's been a lot of mid-'80s basketball game, early '90s basketball games. But if it's live sports, something that I can watch in a pinch, I'm going to record that. I'm going to watch that.
So, I got a ESPN notification on my phone last night that the Fail Mary was on. Did not watch that.
People were tweeting all about it too. They were really into it, even though it happened several years ago.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah.
So, we got to talk about the one that was on TV. It was the Samsung Lions versus the NC Dinos.
Tell me more.
I can tell you that the NC Dinos won 4-0.
Good for the Dinos.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Listen, live sports is live sports. Is it unfortunate that it's on at 1 a.m. or 5:30 or 4 a.m.? Absolutely. But like you said, is it something I can DVR and watch at any point, fast forward through commercials, and just kind of enjoy some regular sports? Yes. Can I watch older games still? Yes. But this is something new, something fresh. And honestly, I'm going to tune in. So good for ESPN, good for KBO, good for live sports. Let's go.
I agree. Let's do it.
All right. Back to non-live sports. Well, actually, I guess the NFL isn't stopped. It isn't postponed. It's moving on as scheduled. And all indications are they plan on having a full season this year.
Yes.
But big news yesterday, Andy Dalton signs, not with his hometown Bengals, or not hometown Bengals, but with his Bengals, not with the Patriots, not with the Jaguars.
Yeah.
With the Dallas Cowboys. $3 million up front, guaranteed. $7 million total if he hits his incentives. Initial thought, D, what do you think?
I think you hit the nail on the head at the beginning before we even started recording. It's a great insurance policy. We talked about it with any team. If you can bring in a veteran who has won, he made the playoffs once. I know it's not a lot, but it's someone who, if Dak goes down, it's not going to hurt them to the point where, an example is Aaron Rodgers a few years ago when he broke his collarbone and they had to go to a plethora of Seneca Wallace, re-sign Matt Flynn. I don't even remember who else they had. They might have had who knows?
They weren't really ready for that. Basically,
they were not ready for that, and I think this shows, forward thinking about let's be proactive instead of reactive, and have to go sign someone off the waiver wire, or we just don't have a good backup.
Yeah, and let's be clear, they've got a pretty good team. They beefed up the offense. They re-signed Amari Cooper. They got CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
They got him in the draft. They've already got Zeke. Like their offensive line is stacked. Their defense is good. This is a team that obviously thinks they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And I dig the idea of, like, let's just make sure for $3 million that this guy that if our quarterback goes down, we've got somebody who can step in. Now, a couple of other things. One, he does live in Texas, and I did read that part of him signing with the Cowboys was because he had a home. He went to TCU, I believe. So, like, he's a Texas guy. Yep. And I assume that had something to do with it. It sounds like it did. The other part is, Dak is on that franchise money, right? He's on that 1-year contract. And I'm not saying that he's not going to stay in Dallas. I think they're probably going to re-sign him. But if he got injured, if he has a bad year, if he just decides at the end of the year he doesn't want to play for the Cowboys anymore, their relationship is sour. I don't know. They've got Andy Dalton in place. And again, they're going to have to re-sign him, but I'm sure he'd rather stay in-state, play for the Cowboys with that offense than go somewhere else. He probably saw it as his best opportunity to kind of like blend like close to home, potential playing time, and there could be a future here. Now, if Dak Prescott re-signs for $1 bajillion next year, which I hope he does, then Dalton will have the choice of I'll be his backup for the same price or something like that, or I'll go somewhere else and try to win a starting job. But it seems like a no-brainer for Dalton. It seems like a no-brainer for the Cowboys. And, if Dak does get hurt, it's a good option to step in there and be able to make some plays.
Oh, 100%. Now, I don't know if Dez Bryant agrees with that.
You said he had some choice words.
Yeah, so let me read them off, and then you can tell me how you react towards it.
I'm here for it.
Nothing against Andy Dalton because I think he is a great player, but the Cowboys are extremely out of line. Pay Dak. I watched the Cowboys pay Tony twice without a winning record. I guess the Cowboys view the QB as a plug-in
That's a
piece.
tweet. I got a couple things to say about it. Hey, Dez, What are you doing right now? What job are you doing right now? You in the NFL? You playing football anymore? Dak Prescott slated to earn $31.6 million this year. I think the Cowboys are paying him. And from what I remember hearing last year, it wasn't necessarily like they didn't want to pay Dak. I think Dak's willing to bet on himself. And if he's making $31 million this year, he's figuring that he's going to make more next year. And if the Cowboys don't pay him, somebody else will pay him. That guy's pretty damn good. I mean, I appreciate Dez reaching out and shouting from the couch, but, like, you're on the couch, kid. Andy Dalton's not on the couch. Dak Prescott's not on the couch. Amari Cooper's not on the couch. You're on the couch. Stay there. Shut your mouth. I have no time for you. What are your thoughts?
Wow, I might have to call you Hot Take Kid right there.
I don't like. Yes. Should Dallas pay Dak? They are. They're paying him $31.6 million guaranteed. If that guy gets injured tomorrow, they pay him $31.6 million guaranteed. Right? Like.
Yep.
In his next contract, he'll probably get obviously more guaranteed money than that, but, like, that's a nice chunk of change. It's not like they got him on a 50-year deal for $15 million, right? Like, he's getting a lot of money.
Yeah, so I have nothing to say about Dez. I think you covered it all. Your tirade was on point. I mean,
you're not wrong.
Huh?
You're not wrong. I crushed it.
I don't think you're wrong either. But let's talk about your rivals, the New York Jets. Possibly the team that's better than the Buffalo. No, I can't even say that with a straight face.
Ooh.
Frank Gore signs with the New York Jets, a 1-year deal.
Yeah, dude, they're not our rivals. They stink. They flat out stink. They're a bad team in what is probably a pretty bad division. The Bills are the best team in that division, so that's not saying much. But, like, whatever. Cool story for the Jets. I think it's a good signing. I love Frank Gore. He's meant a lot to the Bills and what they've built in terms of a community these last couple of years, what they built in terms of, relationships with the players and obviously having a veteran on that team when they bring in guys like Devin Singletary meant a lot. Him going to the Jets, I mean, he's a backup running back at this point. He's going to be a backup to Le'Veon Bell. That's great. I know he played with Gase when Gase was coaching in Miami, and I think Gase likes having a veteran like that on board.
Well, it's funny you say that because isn't Le'Veon Bell a veteran?
Yeah, but I mean, Le'Veon Bell's very clearly potentially still a relative, potentially a star in the league, right? He could still have a couple of years up to data, but Frank Gore's 47 years old, no knees, don't know how he's still playing. The guy's incredible, but I don't understand it.
I feel like you've said this. How no knees? He's had no injuries in his whole career.
Blown every knee got blown in Miami before he got to the NFL. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was all busted up in Miami.
NFL, he's been healthy his whole career.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he's been really good in the NFL. It's just incredible that I think he blew out both knees, or at least one when he was at Miami, and is still kicking around. I mean, whatever they did down there to put himself back together is pretty impressive. Does he make any impact? Does he do anything for the Jets?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I mean,
clubhouse guy,
no one on the Jets is going to do anything of impact next year. You want to talk hot take? I'll give you a hot take right now. The Jets finish last in that division.
I mean, that's not a super hot take because they were going to finish third, but
terrible.
I mean, I'll roll with you. It remains to be seen what happens with that quarterback position in Miami. But listen, I'm here for that. Get Sam Darnold, get him out of my face. Give me Josh Allen.
I'll feel bad for Darnold. I think he's a good quarterback who does not have the weapons to throw to right now.
Yeah, he's a little bit better than Mark Sanchez.
All right. So I think Cebo's looking to get added today. So at Cebosquit on Twitter. Scuit.
Yeah, I mean, everybody come at me. That's fine. I'm here for it. The Jets are a good team. Sam Darnold, I do agree with you, is a good quarterback. I think I've mentioned in this podcast before they had the Bills on the ropes in the first game of the season last year, and then that offense just fell apart and the Bills won that game. I agree with you. I think Sam Darnold's a pretty good quarterback on a pretty crappy team, and as a Bills fan, I know all about that. So here's hoping that Sam Darnold has a halfway decent career, but he never beats the Buffalo Bills.
I like it.
All right, Marshawn Lynch. Is he coming back? Is he going to resign? Does he have enough Skittles for one more run? So he's in conversations with the Seahawks. It sounds like it could happen. Their running back situation is a bit cloudy because of the injuries.
Yeah, they had a ton of injuries.
Yeah.
They had, Chris Carson.
Yep.
Was
Rashad Penny. Those are the two. That's their 1-2 punch who 1-2 got knocked out. And had to go to the sidelines and get Marshawn.
If I remember correctly, because it's been a while since the season ended, Carson's was not a knee though, right? It was an ankle.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Okay. I'll be honest, I don't remember, and now I wish I didn't bring it up.
You know what? But either way, I think Marshawn Lynch signing with the Seahawks makes sense if those two guys aren't going to be 100% when the season starts, because Marshawn Lynch is going to give you everything he got. And if it's 2 games and that's all they need him for, then that's great.
I got an idea.
What?
The Packers can trade Jamal Williams for TJ Lockett or DK Metcalf.
That's probably a trade that's not going to happen, but I like your outside of the box thinking.
And a 7th round pick.
Okay, that seems a bit more likely to happen. I mean, here's the thing. Marshawn Lynch is great for interviews. He's great for running over people. He's great for
selling jerseys,
not getting the ball at the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. He is great. I want him in the NFL because I want his sound bites.
Yeah.
And like the reality is, if there's one place that's going to accept him and let him run is Seattle. And he came on at the end of the year last year, helped him out. If he's healthy, he's still going to be relatively productive. He's 34. He'll probably get himself in shape. But you know what? Good for him. Good for Seattle. I love it.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right. We'll be right back. Stand by. We're about to go live.
We are now live on IG with Cebo Squeet.
Listen, we are really bad at this technology thing. I'm just going to tell you.
Ooh, I got to sit back a little bit. But that's why we're getting this out now, right? Because Friday is about to be off the hook.
Listen, man, it could be off the hook. It could be the worst thing that's ever hit the internet. I think hopefully it lands somewhere in between. But you know what?
I don't know. I think worst thing on the internet would get us some views, right?
I guess you're not wrong about that. Yeah. So folks out there, Friday, 8:30 p.m., we're going to go live. We're going to do this Beers Up Sports Talk live.
Yeah.
It's our birthday. Devin turns 40. It's kind of a big deal. We're going to have some beers. We're going to enjoy ourselves. And we're going to talk some sports. But we'd also like to hear from you. We want to hear what questions you have, what you want to know about us, if there's any sports things you want to tackle, though honestly, whatever. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But
it doesn't have to be sports, right? I mean, we can talk about music. Beers.
All we do is talk about sports. We could talk about something else. But listen, yeah, we could talk beers, we could talk music, we could talk current events, we could talk live sports, though there's not really any of those right now. We're just here to talk.
I agree. So I'm thinking that
you're thinking shit.
I'm thinking it hurts, man. Let's do this. I think for Friday we should each come up with a story from our birthdays.
Good God.
If we can remember any of them.
I'm gonna go like teenage years because those are, I think, the last ones I remember.
Well, I remember one, but that's not the one I want to talk about because I don't need to be talking about when I was laid up in the hospital.
No, I don't really want to talk about that. I'd rather talk
up to before until that happened. But I think we will come back. Each of us will come back with a story about a good memory from our birthday. What do you think?
Okay. I mean, I can get down with that. I don't know if I can remember many of them.
All right. We'll try that out.
All right. So listen, 8:30 Friday night. We're live. Maybe we'll talk about some sports. Maybe we won't. But we're going to drink some beers. We're going to have some fun. And we hope you join us.
Oh, I'm taking shots. I'm drinking beers. So wow. I got the fireball ready.
Shit's going to get weird.
I mean, I just wish we had some Luke Cool.
I don't. Whatever comes next, I want any of it. Don't know what you're about to say. I'm probably going to stick to the beer that night because it's best for the public that I don't consume anything else. But you know what? Until then,
enjoy. All right.
Friday night. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on IG. Subscribe on iTunes. Stop messing around, people. Get up with Beers Up Sports Talk. I don't have time for this. Let's go. See you Friday night. Devin turns 40. Let's turn up.
4-0.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Later.